What's good? What's up? What's poppin'? To all my beautiful people watching from wherever, however, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Timmy's Take. I am, of course, the one and only Timmy Turner, wishing for a burner. I don't. Let's talk about last night, all right? Last night, March Madness continued, of course, and we all witnessed a lot of upsets. But as much as I would love to pity myself and talk about how bad my bracket is and blah, 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 we have more important issues at hand that we must address first. That is what happened in the NBA over the weekend is definitely more important and needs to be addressed. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, over the weekend, there were a couple incidents involving NBA teams and NBA officials. Officials meaning NBA referees. Oh my God, Timmy, tell us something new. We hear this every week. Why are you bringing this topic up? Because I've never talked about it yet. And because we can't stop talking about this. It's getting out of hand. It's ridiculous now. I feel these incidents come up every week and the same reaction and the same results and the same fines go out to the same people. It's so repetitive, and I'm sure we are all getting tired of this cycle. NBA player or coach gets a terrible call or no call. NBA player or coach argues to referee about terrible call or no call. NBA player or coach gets tossed from the game. NBA player or coach talks post-game about what happened during the game. NBA player or coach gets fined $15,000. You know how much? You know what I would do with $15,000? Oh my God. Oh my God. But to be fined, I don't care how much money they're making, to be fined $15,000. $1,000. I'm gonna repeat that. $15,000 just to voice your opinion about a disagreement. It's not even like disrespectful. It's just how the NBA has decided to deal with these issues. And because of that, most of the blame is on the NBA corporation. Had they given the referees some kind of punishments, or had they been a neutral or unbiased facilitator in the incident, they should definitely be investigating. I can't recall the last time a referee and a player or coach got into this kind of situation and the referee took the L. That rarely, if ever, happens. That needs to be changed. The NBA, listen to me clearly, the NBA treats their officials, their referees, like America treats their cops. It's just that simple. I don't care who you are, we're all human. Too much power will always lead to no good and will always get to your head. But that's a story for another day. Like the great Stephen A. Smith said this morning, the NBA made these refs feel empowered. But since Stephen A. Smith says it best, take a look at this clip.
Do you feel like the NBA has an officiating problem?
They do have an officiating problem, primarily because it's not a matter of the mistakes that they make. We understand that. But they have an officiating problem because the NBA has falsely, I think mistakenly, empowered them even more to overreact to every little thing. These are officials that obviously work hard and are incredibly capable, but they are far from flawless and perfect. We all know this. And you've got careers that are potentially on the line based off of wins and losses with coaches. You have players who are marquee guys that have been thrown out of games, and they're talking basketball. They're not MFing these guys. They're not insulting them personally and things of that nature. Of course, if you're disrespecting a human being, then the official has a right to deal with you accordingly. But if you're sitting there and saying you're arguing literally a basketball play, even if the official disagrees with you, you're getting to a point where guys are getting thrown out of a game for walking away. Dwayne Casey didn't say anything to the official, and he got thrown out of the game. Tim Duncan once got thrown out of the game by my buddy Joey Crawford because he was smiling at Joey Crawford. I mean, don't get me started with the collegiate ranks where this guy Ted Valentine has the audacity to complain that he's not, allowed to work for the NCAA tournament, where he literally turned his back on Joel Berry, the star of North Carolina, when they had a game against Florida State earlier this year. He turned his back on the kid. And we talk about officials being shown up, but that official did something like that. The NBA has made a mistake where they have overreacted to such a degree that they have allowed these officials the latitude to have, that not have strong stomachs or whatever the case may be, and they're just throwing guys out for small-time reasons as far as I'm concerned, and it's a mistake that's going to come back to haunt the league at the most inopportune time if they continue to allow this to progress.
Let me start off again by saying, by no means am I saying an NBA ref's job is easy. They're told to officiate games against players who have so much history between each other, whether it be good or bad, on or off the court. And these players are the best basketball players in the entire planet. On this planet, Earth, that we live on, there are no better basketball players. So we're asking these refs to deal with giants who play a sport at the highest level. We're asking them to put everything aside and make these calls accordingly, which is not easy. It's not easy. And I give the refs all the props for stepping up and putting themselves in those situations. And I'm sure they love doing what they do, but regardless, it is a tough job. Some of these games might even have high stakes, like a Cavs versus Warriors game, or a Thunder versus Warriors game, or any team versus the Warriors, honestly. I'm 100% sure a referee does not wake up in the morning saying, I think today I'm gonna be an ass. Yesterday I didn't really call any texts. I think I should balance it out and call a few texts on this game. It's only right. All I know is what happened in the final seconds of last night's game was, as an NBA fan, it was disappointing. And the NBA needs to do something about this ASAP, as soon as possible, before something goes terribly wrong. Here's a little clip of the final seconds of the Toronto Raptors versus Oklahoma City Thunder game from last night.
I really believe that. Carmelo grabbing Siakam, and a turnover, and no call there. A frustrating finish here. Frustrating finish here. And a technical foul on DeRozan. He just got thrown out. And DeMar letting Mark Davis know exactly what he thinks about the whistle here late. Just look at Carmelo there holding on to Siakam, and no whistle there, right?
Well, if you did that to Carmelo, what would happen?
Right. So
I think that somebody else just got thrown out.
And Mark Davis just threw out, was it Serge Ibaka?
Yep.
I think it's Serge Ibaka just got thrown out.
They've come in here on the road and played a great road game. And in spite of the frustration that the Raptors have with the officials, in my opinion, the Thunder still, to their credit, where credit belongs and credit is due.
And Dwayne Casey just got thrown out. Dwayne Casey just got thrown out. So he becomes the third Raptor to get tossed.
The Raptor bench is saying they thought it was Kyle Lowry.
Exits.
They're used to Lowry mounting off of the refs.
And Corey Brewer's laughing because he said Dwayne, it wasn't Dwayne that was talking. They think it was a fan that was talking over here. He didn't say anything. Dwayne, here's Dwayne. Look at Kyle. They just threw you out. Dwayne's like, really? And Corey Brewer's laughing at the time.
Man, that was a mess. I gotta say, Kyle Lowry's reaction, GOAT. He is the GOAT for that reaction. I'm sure everybody watching that clip had that same reaction that he had. You can't even see from the clip, Dwayne Casey, the head coach for Toronto, didn't say anything bad about the refs. It was a fan nearby had said something in the direction of the coach to the refs. And the refs probably weren't even looking in his direction, but they heard what was said and they automatically assumed it was him. And because of that, they kick him out the game. Like, are we guessing now? Are we just like, this is like that one scene on The Office where Gabe decided to suspend Pam and Jim because he thought he had all the power, except the refs have all the power, which is just, it's ridiculous. Should not be possible in the NBA game today. And to all the referees, every referee officiating a professional or semi-pro game, I don't care where you are or who you are, I got a little secret for you. So come here. Come a little closer. A little closer. You are replaceable. You are replaceable. Let me say this a third time. You are replaceable. NBA players are not. It's just that simple. And it's only a matter of time till the NBA realizes that. Let me hit y'all with some stats. Women lie, men lie, but numbers? No, they don't lie. Less than 1 in 35 high school senior basketball players go on to play NCAA college basketball. Less than 1 in 75 NCAA senior basketball players go on to be drafted by an NBA team. Less than 1 in 75. You want to know how many high school basketball players go on to be drafted by an NBA team? Less than 3 in 10,000. 3 in 10,000. That is 0.03% high school basketball players go on to be drafted by an NBA team. That is ridiculous. How can an NBA referee, knowing these stats, how can they feel so entitled to their position in life? Look, refs, we respect you and all, but don't lose that respect because you lost sight of reality and forgot that you could end up bagging my food at Safeway for me when the NBA finally comes to its senses. Like it or not, everything in life is a business. You must do whatever you can to make sure you and your family don't go bankrupt. That's all I got on this topic. I'm gonna end this video with a clip of the New Orleans Pelicans head coach Alvin Gentry's post-game interview on the refs that he was fined $15,000 for on Saturday.
The thing that bothers me more than anything, and I really don't care, is that, we try to play the right way and we play our ass off. And then what happened to us is that, AD never gets a call. He never gets a call. We talk about them holding him. We talk about them grabbing him on rolls. We're talking about him coming under him on post-ups. He never gets a call. Not one. And you know why? Because he doesn't complain about it. He just keeps playing the game. You can't guess on plays when you got teams playing for playoff spots. You can't guess on the game. You can't guess on a foul. It's not right. It's not right. Because you know what? We're battling our ass off for a playoff spot. All I want to do is have an equal opportunity to win the game and not have an opportunity where we're guessing out of the corner on the biggest play of the game. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you guys for taking your time and watching my video. I really do hope you liked it. Subscribe. Like, share, And please do leave me comments on whether you agree or disagree, or your opinions on anything I said in this video. Till next time, this is Timmy's Take. And it's your boy Timmy, and it's time for me to disappear like Pretty Ricky. Stay blessed, love you all. Peace!